1 2 1 2.
Is Restream a different than the other one, or is it like a subsidiary of it, or is
it's another version? It's like another kind of stream, y'all. But I might have not
connected it to the.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, we are. We're there. We're there. Are we making sound though?
Yeah. Well, that I shouldn't say. I can hear everybody.
Okay, I see something.
All right, we're live.
Here.
We're live.
We're
here.
live.
Different.
We're live
than
on the
the
channel.
other one, or is it like a subsidiary of it, or is
it's another version. It's like why am I hearing y'all? But I might have hearing
connected it to the.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, we are. We're there. We're there.
Why am I hearing
the lag? Yeah.
The hell is going on?
Okay, I see something.
Right,
it's old too.
We're
live.
But there's a lag
on the channel.
The other one, or is it like a subsidiary of it, or
it's another version. It's like
why am I hearing
y'all? But I might have
There's a lag in the studio.
And I froze. Oh my god.
But yeah, whatever that other sound is, there's a lag. Yeah.
You sure?
Okay. We still lagging now?
Window open? Somebody?
No,
I don't hear no. Yeah.
Okay.
It was the ear doctor's fault.
It was my fault.
What was?
The lag was.
Okay, cool.
No so lag. we are live on.
Robin, are you the only one who knows we're here? Can you tell people?
we have 6 people in the chat.
What's up, 6? look at the loyalists. We love y'all. Look at them 6. Come and find your people. We appreciate you, 6.
Goddamn, Jared, make a goddamn way, Jared. That's what I'm.
I gotta end the streams from the other ones though. We still.
So go over there and tell them to check back in if you can, and then end it.
Yeah, it's good. But we're on another, so that folks know, y'all not getting dead silence. We have gone to another company that allows us to stream, called Restream, as opposed to StreamYard. StreamYard is ass right now because that was their technical issue, not our technical issue, just to let y'all know for sure. Other people have been complaining about it. Jared with the quickness, well, not the quickness, but as we were debating and discussing things, he was figuring things out. Let's say that.
It was pretty quick.
It was pretty quick.
So I have to say, I'm a bit surprised that we as a platform did not already have a backup streaming thing.
Oh, what you talking French now? We.
Because let me speak for myself.
Y'all have a backup?
I do. I have a Restream account and a StreamYard account. And who did I learn that from? The good folks at Status Quo. They said, we got to be sure we can go whenever in case one of these joints go down. So over on Burn It Down with Kim Brown, we got the $20 a month Restream as a backup, right?
Okay.
Just to have it
shit
on standby.
So see, we learned something new today.
True. Trial by fire, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And after, only 40 minutes late, here we go.
Hey, better than never.
Here we go, yo.
Jared got to be out at 9:30, so.
Oh, damn.
Where the hell he going?
I know, right? Now we can't hear him.
Now we can't hear you. It was so good. It was going so well.
Now do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Stop playing with your settings.
Stop playing with yourself.
Stop playing with yourself. Exactly.
And it's not playing again.
Stop playing with yourself. Keep your hands above the desk.
So that would be the problem. We would have to leave. The stream's gonna have to end when I leave, I think.
Oh,
so we'll be here
or I guess, or it'll just keep going because it
forever and ever
until I get back to stop it. Yeah.
Nah, we'll end the show at 9:30 today.
Yeah, I mean, Kim is prepared. Oh, she does have a backup. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't be doubting my preparedness out here.
True indeed.
Anyway, welcome out, y'all, to the RemiX Morning Show. I'm the Ear Doctor. We got Burn It Down Kim Brown. We got Dr. Jared Ball. We got Kamal K. Franklin. And we are in the building. We go through trials and tribulations, but we are still here, y'all. We made it here today on this beautiful Tuesday. So, yeah. What's good, y'all?
Trials and tribulations. It's not just us about to go through some trials and tribulations.
All right. And with that said, we are hearing that StreamYard is messed up on all different people's platforms. So that's
not just us. It wasn't our. Yeah, don't blame us. Don't blame the black people.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd always want to blame the black folks.
But do y'all see the fragility of the system, man? Just one, just one fall down in the chain, and it's over. Can't do nothing.
Yeah. So
Sandra. I always love it when Sandra comes on.
I see.
Sandra Barros.
Sandra Barros.
Man, I wish we had we still had the people can pay on YouTube thing. Sandra used to bless us, boy. Pick up to Sandra. Man,
I mean, they can always go to
Donations.
blackliberationmedia.org.
That's right.
Patreon. Again, Patreon banging, y'all. Patreon is, we've doubled
Bang,
our good
bang.
Patreon numbers, whatever.
Bangladesh.
All right, so we got, can somebody do a fake, can you do a fake map, hit the map, slap the map or something? I don't know.
Nope.
There you go.
So we don't have any of our production elements over here on Restream, as you guys heard. We just did this so we can get on the air. So it's going to be bare bones today.
Yeah. So starting off with stories, we got as you can see on the thumbnail, we got old boy. What's the word on old boy that got caught?
So I thought you were going to have the argument you were all having earlier.
No, let's do old boy first. That's more
important.
And then we can come back with the argument.
Look at Jerry. He ready.
I mean, do you have a dog in this fight?
Look at Jerry. He's ready for violence this morning.
No, I don't. I thought that's what everybody was.
Oh no.
Well, ask the chat what they want. Y'all want to talk about the apprehension of Luigi, the G, or y'all want to talk about Jay-Z being added to this sexual assault civil lawsuit
and why your doctor thinks he's innocent.
Oh, he's on.
I'm not on a team.
Oh, shit. You ain't slick.
He's not thrown under the bus story right away.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, why this nigga think?
They don't even know, man. They don't know. They just say, go.
I did. Jared, can you see that I pulled something up and it says it's in I tried to pull up a story.
Oh Lord!
Share screen.
Come on, man! You doing too much.
Lord!
Now.
Look, it's right there. You don't see that?
Right where?
Exactly.
Off to my on this platform, off to my left.
Private
I tried to share the screen, but I obviously it's not sharing. But you can share screen.
Okay, well, why don't you get to the story? I'm sure you can spit it without looking at a picture.
All right, so I can do that. I was trying.
Oh, we could put the comments up on the screen like that. Do you see that?
Yeah, we balling on another level.
Oh, that is cute. Until somebody said something stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Do we like that or not?
I like it.
See,
do you like it, Tim?
And here we go.
Got the banner going under the. You look at y'all.
Yeah, I got the banner. You know what I'm saying?
Jared's over here working.
Jared's working while he's trying to get us to fight. Listen, let's get to it then.
All right, I got Luigi up, B.
All right,
okay,
cool.
Okay, so suspect and CEO killing. It says withdrew from private life, but as folks know, apparently in Pennsylvania yesterday,
Altoona.
And it is Luigi Mangione. What's his last name?
Mangione, yeah.
Mangione
was arrested in a McDonald's as he was having breakfast because a McDonald's worker said that they recognized the person's eyes. They called the police. The police showed up. They did an interview, questioning. They took him down and apparently on him. And this is the police's version of events at this particular time period. That's all we have. The claim was that they found on him a silencer, a gun, and a manifesto talking about, I guess, how CEOs or healthcare companies were not paying out. And so he has now been charged with several crimes. And here the New York Times gives a little background story. I just put this one up because of the background. And really quickly, it says the police now believe that he is the masked gunman who calmly took out a pistol equipped with a suppressor in a Midtown Manhattan street last week and assassinated Brian Thompson. And so this is where his background. Apparently, he was a well-to-do kid, the son of a wealthy family. He had both an undergraduate and graduate degree. They're linking the fact that throughout his, he's only 26 years old, but apparently had some severe back issues and had an operation at least. There's not a lot of details, but the assumptions are that there was something that was not paid, or maybe the healthcare company was not paying for either the operation or aftercare. We are speculating, but the suggestion is that there was something of that ilk that might have provoked him to decide to go after the CEO. So that's some background.
Some additional background. Luigi Mangione comes from this prominent family in Baltimore that owns 2 country clubs, including Turf Valley Country Club off Route 40 in Ellicott City. And he went to the Gilman School, which is so prestigious. I ain't never heard of that shit before yesterday.
Oh, really?
I'd never heard of the Gilman School. Never heard of it.
So I knew about Gilman because for 2 years I was at Baltimore Friends, and there was where I was introduced to that elite Baltimore school collective, and Gilman was one of if I remember correctly, quote unquote, our competitors. So yeah, and it's in a part of the city. To me, I don't really know Baltimore that well, but to me, it's a reminder of how you can quietly segregate in any city, because most people, even who grow up in are from Baltimore, don't actually spend a lot of time around those parts of the city. And I ask my students all the time, have you even ever seen Baltimore Friends? Because I go to work, I've been working Morgan almost 20 years. I never have seen or driven by that part of the city to do my normal course of business. And most of my students have never even, they don't see it. They don't even know. So it's not, on the one hand, I don't mean to convey surprise. It's not surprising. We're not meant to know of these spaces. And it's quite, I think, by design. But when I heard that, I was like, yeah, of course. Because a lot of the rich white boys that went to Baltimore Friends did a lot of all the regular dirt everybody's accused of doing at the so-called lesser schools. They just get away with it. So when I heard he was from there, I was like, I'm not surprised that someone from that community would have been involved with something like this.
I am surprised though, because this is some class traitorous shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he come from money. His people got long money. It's not that this man could not afford healthcare. He was even employed.
No. But remember the other part of what the CEO was apparently going up on charges for. There was some stock chicanery, which to me suggests that he had upset or could have upset a portion of the world that because most of us are not involved in stock. So if somebody rips off the stock, we don't feel it like that. Or if somebody devalues someone else's stock, we don't feel it like that, but they would. So that was the other thing I thought, that maybe this wasn't, maybe it was, the reference to the denial of healthcare was one thing. Maybe it was a deflection, maybe it was a cover, maybe it was his, I don't know. But the other part of it, because if he had put, insider trading and stocks on the shelves, people would be like,
well, they said part of his manifesto stated that he had on him at the time. He had a note that said, "I do apologize for any strife or trauma, but it had to be done. These parasites had it coming. I acted alone. I'm self-funded." So those are part of some of the words that were released from the manifesto.
He
actually also
had a
on
YouTube
him
channel. You guys, he had a YouTube channel that I think has since been taken down or deactivated, but he had a video scheduled to published. He had a video scheduled.
Oh, about this. Yeah. About this?
Who knows? I think the description, and if this is accurate, Chad, of course, corrections are welcome. But what apparently it said was, the description of the video was, if you're seeing this, I've been arrested.
We all got one of those schedules.
They got me.
That's why you're gonna hear screaming on the way to the car. Push play.
I'm saying though, but I'm so I share Kamal's disappointments that this was a highly executed, deeply planned, you know, successful, depending on your characterization, operation, and for him to get felled by wanting to sit in McDonald's, have breakfast, and then for somebody poor, obviously, and not to say that 60 grand is not enough to drop a dime, but not on the unaliving of a CEO. We need to put at least another zero behind that 60,000 for me to tell on Luigi. But no, I'm not telling on
Yeah,
Luigi.
the fact Luigi, and again, like, you know, maybe he was giving up. I don't know. Maybe he thought he was expecting to, but it just seems weird that after such a well-planned operation, that you would continue to hold on you both the silencer, the weapon, this
IDs, the fake
ID, the same IDs.
And why are you going to McDonald's?
You had several days to, like, over a course of riding buses, going by lakes. You always, you know, lakes, sewer systems are great places
dumpsters
to drop things.
And this was Altoona, PA. He got caught, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So like, you're going to McDonald's. This is not like downtown Manhattan where there's a million. You know, this is like the spot. You know what I'm saying? That's like everybody's gonna be there. Like, why would you be in there with all your shit?
Yeah. And where's your glasses? Where's the beard? Your mustache? I mean, there's so many elements that you like, you know, a little couple of shades. You know that the only thing that they're seeing are you. And I'm not saying this is for future reference for anybody out there, but I'm just saying glasses are a great disguise. Some form of facial hair, when you don't have facial hair at the time of something, is a great disguise.
You could buy rubber masks nowadays that you could throw in your whole head.
All kinds of crazy.
Yeah, this is
stuff,
so. Yeah,
you wanted to get caught.
That part just seems a little off. In terms, I mean, obviously, if he created a video, he had an expectation, of course, that he could, and he carried it out anyway. So it wasn't like he, you know, to his, it depends on how you think about this. Like, you could say to his credit or to his analytical thinking brain, he was prepared to be caught and to, quote unquote, suffer the consequences. So he was determined to do this. His getaway plan was not grow a beard, fool. Devin, you fake beards. What's wrong with you? I'm not saying he's going to grow a beard in 2 or 3 days.
He wanted to be famous.
This out.
Dude wanted to be famous, yo.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, we just went through everything he could have did if he really didn't want to get caught.
And he did so many other things so well. I mean, that's the point of it. It's like your whole getaway was, except for the fact too that you took your mask down. So he actually does have a little bit of ego. You know, holler at somebody.
Come on, son. Like, really?
That was, to me, the realest part of the whole thing. Yeah, really. Can't you see that though? I could easily see that, especially at that age. You like, oh no, I'm gonna holler at her. Like, I gotta take a shot.
Dude. So I gotta do some place at 6:30 in the morning, but right now
she's fine, and she
never
she smiled, and she said hello when she handed me my coffee. You know what I'm saying? like I remember. I mean, I've created all kinds of fantasies in my head. Somebody smiled at me, and I was like, oh.
It's on.
She's like, no, I'm just smiling because
it's part of my job.
I'm handing you a cup of coffee. Calm down, son.
Well, you guys seen the way that the law enforcement officials, especially NYPD, are breaking their arms to pat themselves on the back. This was the result of a lot of teamwork. Our investigators, our intelligence. Nigga, somebody dropped a dime. Okay, someone told someone
old-fashioned police work.
Y'all didn't find shit. Okay, y'all wasn't nowhere near Altoona.
It's also so funny that it's Adams up there who's under indictment and charges. Talking about the long arm of the law catching somebody.
And what was this? Did I hear at the press conference somebody asked him if he was going to go back to the Republican Party? Was he a Republican?
Oh.
Is this true?
As long as I've known of him, and it's been a long time, he's been a Democrat. So maybe at some point
maybe I misheard, or maybe they were talking to somebody. I don't know. It was right at the end of that press conference yesterday. I thought I heard that, and then they switched topics, and I turned it off. But was like, wait
Someone
a
said
minute.
after you shoot your shot, you got to go shoot your shot.
Hey,
I mean, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
That was
It's
good.
like,
It's like, fuck it, shorty. What you doing later?
you know what I mean? Like I might need an alibi. Let's say we
Yeah, exactly.
say that
That's
movie
it.
started a little earlier. You know?
Damn. Yeah.
now
Yeah.
we know that white men have been, you know, the dominant force behind assassinations, right? Like, so this is not a shock that this young white guy would have pulled this off, but it is a bit shocking. And it's like, well, look at the class and the money and the status that he comes from. And if he is this disgruntled, if he can be driven to commit an assassination of a CEO on the streets of Manhattan, they got a problem. Houston, they have a problem.
No, you're right. Like a rich guy, a well-off guy, somebody who, even with, again, I think people are giving different suggestions as to why he did this, his own injury, some injury to his mom. But to be that he was driven to do this in this time and age, I agree with you. I mean, this is basically a class suicide in a way, right? This guy, as opposed to using his lawyers, like suppose it's his family, even getting his family to use lawyers to sue the health company, which they tried that also. He took, you know, what obviously we would consider an extreme method for vengeance. So yeah, no, I agree with you. It's like I think, I think we've been in this moment for a little while. Earlier in the year with the attempted Trump assassinations. Again, with the easy access to weapons in this country, like I do think there's a lot that's going to be happening. So
I'm even thinking about Aaron Bushnell, right? The military dude who self-immolated in front of the Israeli embassy. I'm like, just look at the age of these guys. Like these guys are taking like extreme actions, and it seems as though they understand in their 20s, like the depths of the situations, plural, right? Either the healthcare situation, capitalism situation, genocide situation. Like some of them really get it, and they seem to be about that action. Now, what that means going forward, I'm not sure if we're going to see more of this. Some even suspect, because if I'm not mistaken, there is a healthcare company or corporation that is headquartered in Altoona, Pennsylvania, or in that part of the state. Some were even suggesting perhaps he might have been headed to another CEO's, proximity. So I'm fascinated at these whites for action, but whites not shooting us though. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, yes, go do that.
Now, I mean, I think I heard correctly that Care First had recently announced, one of the major insurance companies had recently announced that they were going to cut back coverage of anesthesia.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately after this happened, reverse course. Did you all hear that?
Yes.
I heard yes.
So I'm just going to stop talking.
So y'all take over from there.
Oh, yo, we should have like the Grease Man, the DC 101. There was an infamous DJ in the 80s called the Grease Man. He was a cracker. And after Martin Luther King's birthday became a federal holiday, he suggested to get the whole week off, you can take it from there.
Yeah.
So along that train of thought,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do like Jared. I'm gonna stop talking.
Yeah, let's stop there. Yeah.
I'm gonna stop talking. But anyway, are we gonna do? Are we free Luigi? Is this a free Luigi campaign? Like, I have no idea what his politics are. I don't know how I voted. Don't care. I support the action. So are we in solidarity with Luigi? What if I don't know what the fuck Luigi could come out and say that would make me stand against him at this point? but how do Black people address Luigi? Like, what is our take? What is our perspective on Luigi?
It should be, what was it? JFK, MLK, Luigi.
He gets to come to the barbecue.
Absolutely. Well, at this point, I'm barely getting invited to the barbecue. So if I have a +1, if I'm allowed a +1, I would absolutely. No, he would have to come out and say something crazy like next. You know, like after, like this guy, I got this guy, but my real target was the mud people and the savage. Right. Like he would have to go something crazy like that. But if he's just a regular run of the mill Gilman white boy classicist, basically just your standard racist white boy, I don't have a problem with that.
And I think you're right. I think he was a standard. Again, from the brief reports or background that they've said, he wasn't overtly political. He might have read some right-wing things. He read stuff around the Unabomber's manifesto and made some comments on it. Apparently,
no, that's interesting.
Yeah, apparently he read some. And Kim, you might have read more about this than I had, but I think it said something along the lines of like, people can criticize, critique it, but if you read it thoroughly, there were some interesting, or it was clear that he had a sort of an ideological grounding for what he was doing, something along those lines. But yeah, so he didn't critique, he basically said he understood the thinking or whatever. Apparently he was sort of a tech guy, that kind of thing. So he seems to be sort of run-of-the-mill, upper middle class to wealthy white guy who was interested in, vacations. I did notice on different feeds when it first came out, a lot of folks saying that he was hot. So I do think there's going to be that he's going to have some kind of continual online support, and whether or not people come out to court hearings with it's New York, so I can expect people coming out to court hearings with signs and stuff like that, Free Luigi. So this.
Step one for me was that he survived the arrest. So, which I didn't expect him not to, but I wanted to, if he wasn't going to be on the run for an extended period of time, and we would have this long media campaign to, then I wanted him to survive the arrest. And now I want this to be the next trial of the century. Like, I want the Judge Ito shit. I want Johnny Cochran. I want like months and months of this being laid out in trial on camera. Like, who is this? Why did he do it? Let's drag all of this. That would be my next hope for this whole thing. I hope it doesn't just get, some quick resolution and news cycled out.
But he's white.
But his target was rich white. I think that is almost as important as who the assailant is the target. So that's why I'm and then look at the response. I mean, there's so much angst among the ruling elite and their media outlets there and the corporate world themselves. And so I kind of want to see that play out over time, and that would be my anyway. That's my at least next hope. I want the new trial of the century. If we got months and weeks of Johnny Depp and what's her name, like I want this to get at least that much time.
R.I.P. to Nikki Giovanni. I'm seeing in the chat room.
No. Yeah, Nikki Giovanni passed away. Yeah.
Oh wow. But staying in New York here for a second, because I'm curious. I'm sure this man, Luigi, will likely get convicted, though I think it might be a challenge with the jury. But regardless, there was a jury trial that was adjudicated in New York City where a white man, former Marine or military, was just exonerated for choking out 30-year-old Jordan Neely on a subway train. Friday, the judge dismissed the top count of manslaughter because the jury, I think, was deadlocked.
Yep.
Came back a couple times and said they were unable to reach a decision. So, Kamau, maybe you can give us some more insight as to why the judge would dismiss the top count of manslaughter. But the jury was sent back to deliberate further on, I think, the lesser charge of criminally negligent homicide, in which they found Daniel Penny not guilty. So Daniel Penny will serve 0 time. No time, no fines, no nothing of punitive measures at all for literally murdering a black man who was experiencing a mental health crisis on a train. I really hate the precedent that this sends. I hate the message that this sends. People, especially black people that are experiencing mental health crisis, especially in public, are vulnerable. They are susceptible to being murdered and targeted by the state. And I guess now any fucking cracker who deems this Negro to be malfunctioning in public can put I mean, not to say that's a difference from American history in any way or any departure from American history at all. But you hate to see this in the 21st century, Kamau Franklin. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the video, if folks remember, we covered this. Other folks, obviously, this was big news because it was a video that showed for 4 minutes him basically on choking him. And at times you could see him going limp. People were saying, loosen up. And he choked the life out of him. And you're right. So the jury was deadlocked, which means obviously that some jurors were for a conviction, some were not for a conviction. And they claimed that they tried several times to come to a decision on it. They sent a note to the judge as standard practices. The judge usually tells them to continue to deliberate on the charge. They came back less than maybe a day or two later, and then said that they could not come to a decision on that top charge. And after doing so, the judge dismissed that top charge and told them to go back and deliberate on the lesser charges. After some time spent there, they came to an agreement that he was not guilty on the lesser charges. And so that means some people actually probably did change their vote. Who were sitting in the jury. If there was a deadlock around the higher charges, that probably means at some point the folks who were at one point deciding to convict then decided to have this person found not guilty on all the different charges. And so there were some people who were convinced the other way. But I mean, I agree with everything that you said about, this is reminiscent in some ways, if you like, part of New York City history. Bernard Goetz on the subway shooting 3 or 4 black men, black teenagers, claiming that he was scared. He thought he was going to be robbed. That was a huge story in the media, and similar to this story, mostly the overwhelmingly corporate media supported him at the time, spoke about the danger of the subway. And this is another example of that. Of this person, as you said, is like able just to wrap their arms, use their military experience to basically murder somebody in plain sight on video. And the part of the defense, I'll wrap up with this, was that he died out of his own use of drugs and his psychotic break episode, not the literal choking for 4 minutes that asphyxiated him.
And Penny had served. He was a former active duty Marine. Is that was part of, right? Yeah. So someone likely already. My bias is that somebody already likely psychologically disturbed, traumatized, just going through the whole process of Paris Island. Never mind any combat, PTSD, the conservative worldview and indoctrination that just sort of permeates the military. So you got somebody himself already going through what should be considered some level of psychological trauma, out here enacting street justice on someone going through their own crisis. And then because, to the point we were making just a minute ago, because of the victim, he's going to he gets away with it. So that's, I mean, that's just a mess of a precedent. And didn't one of those Death Wish movies come as a result of Getz incident? Wasn't there some film, like,
I believe so. I'm trying to remember.
Some pop culture that emanated from that to sort of play on that.
I remember that was that was all the rage that white folks, like whether it was Death Wish, some of the Charles Bronson,
that's
Eastwood movies, Charles Bronson, Clint Eastwood movies. I think there was a Michael Douglas movie, all about how the white man has been fed up and had
falling
enough.
down. That was good.
Yeah. The white man collapse film.
The white man,
there was a whole bunch of them.
And it's always justified, right? There's these things that led the white man to collapse. The rest of us are just acting out, and we cray. But the white man collapses. There's always a good reason for it. There's always something redeeming about it that we have to either forgive or understand. And so, therefore, they can get to do whatever they want to do, right?
All we had was John Q.
Well, Luigi's forgiven. I mean, if Luigi, we understand. We do understand. With the rest of these crackers, nope, nothing about it is righteous. But I think what's happening with this murder of the CEO, this has resonated so much, reverberated. Like everyone came together. Nobody said, look at this shit under Trump's America. Nobody said, look at what Joe Biden has forced people to do, shoot CEO. Everyone's like, yes, shoot that motherfucker. Yes, go shoot another one. Excuse me, my bad. I'm sorry, I should have said that. But,
no shooting another one. Yeah.
No, don't do that. But but you guys understand. So I don't know. I feel
but
like
that's what they're saying. You're reporting what people are saying, and if you read the comments. And my man R.M. Brown did a whole thing going through the conservative people's comments, Tim Pool's show's comments, and all these, and where they're trying to blame it on the left, and the people in their own shows are like, no, bro, this is not about the left. Dude deserved it. So I'm sorry to interrupt you, Kim, but just to clarify for the censors, you aren't calling for it. This is what's being. This is what people are saying. The right wing, the white boys themselves are saying, oh, no, Tim Pool, no, don't blame
Ben
the
Shapiro,
left.
all of them. Yep.
That's what it is. It's important. This is like this weird, like interaction between, I guess, the libertarian right-wing thought, that which is part of the MAGA crowd at this stage. Again, they're not overthrowing capitalism, but they're extremely upset at the capitalist class because they feel they're getting robbed by the capitalist class. Now, they want to bring it home and have it redistributed for them and for their purposes. But there's an extreme anger, what they feel is the way in which the system is not working for everyday people, how politicians, both left and a certain degree of right, it's just that their choices and who they think is going to change it is a little screwy, of course. But the idea behind it is like this upsetness at this, the bailouts, the bailouts, under Bush and then Obama, extremely on the right wing. We're extremely upset by that, about the bailouts of the banking class and the banks and all that kind of stuff. So there is this interesting moment that's flowing through politics over the last 25, 30 years, that is really about people looking at the capitalist class as folks who are basically parasites on the rest of us. And I think that's like an interesting dichotomy that's coming up.
Speaking of dirty lawyers trying to get money,
there you go. Lay it out for us here, Doc.
We got the whole Jay-Z story going on right now, and they trying to indict him, I believe.
Nope.
Right
Can I just interrupt before
Go
you
ahead.
all get started? I'm gonna have to leave in about 15 minutes.
And we're going to leave in 15 minutes.
No. I'm cool. I think you should all take your time and let the stream just stay on. And when I get back, if you all are not still here, I'll.
You going brunch? Where you going? I mean, what we talking?
Oh, I got a dentist appointment. Just a quick clean. It's not going to be
wrap up in 15.
Well, I just wanted to, when I leave, I don't want to, well, it's up to you all, but anyway, sorry about the interruption.
Just
Please
mute everything,
proceed.
mute all the mics when it's time for us to end the show. We can just mute everything and leave the stream up.
But won't the stream still be on our YouTube
it is.
channel?
We got to end the show for 15 minutes.
I think we'll have to end it because otherwise that'll just be on the YouTube channel.
I mean, you could probably go into the YouTube channel and cut it off from there if you wanted to. All right, it's up to you. All right, 15 minutes, 16 minutes. It's up to you.
All right, 15 minutes. We're gonna rock out for y'all, and we're gonna come back hopefully tomorrow with a regular program.
I think we should just get this pro version of this and have it ready for tomorrow, just in case.
I ain't mad at you.
But that would be my 2 cents. But I can check back after my appointment if you all want to talk about that. Or, But please.
So please lay it down there.
You lay it out because you was about to tell us how Jay-Z getting indicted and all kinds of shit. Go ahead. Tell me what you heard. How do you understand the story, Doctor?
I'm looking at it like they trying to take the black man and the black family down. This lawyer has been trying to get money from Jay-Z for a while, and now he has another opportunity to do it. Everybody is looking around trying to find out who else is with Diddy doing dirt. So they all looking like, yo, he's been hanging around him. So, now is my opportunity. That's how I look at it from this whole lawyer aspect. And sometimes I believe, might go out there and do some crazy shit. But this time, I'm not feeling this too. It's a little
Too
too
what?
quick with it. Too quick
Too
with it.
quick. So this is a civil suit, to be clear. So what has happened is that a suit that was previously filed, I believe, last year, back in October, to be clear, because there was a expiration date approaching for the New York state law for victims who were children when they were assaulted to file civil claims. The statute of limitations has since expired for this person, this woman who was 13 in the year 2000, who claims that she was assaulted by Diddy and unnamed celebrities at a VMA video, MTV Video Music Awards party back in 2000. She did not initially name Jay-Z in the lawsuit because it seems as though her attorney, Tony Busby, the Houston-based lawyer, who has, sued other folks successfully and has a good reputation, contrary to Jay-Z's slander in his statement. But Tony Busby had been reaching out to Jay-Z's representation, sending demand letters. Like, listen, I mean, again, Kamau Franklin is with us. He could tell you this is not an uncommon practice when there are civil suits afloat or potential for civil suits afloat. Lawyers will send demand letters. Jay-Z called it an extortion or a blackmail. But basically, you can pay up to keep your name out of this or you'll be named. Jay-Z, it is believed that he is the John Doe celebrity who filed a suit against Tony Busby. And apparently this has been a big behind the scenes feud between Jay-Z's attorneys and this lawyer. So now Sunday in federal court in New York Southern District, Jay-Z was named as the other celebrity who had allegedly assaulted this 13-year-old girl who got a ride to Radio City Music Hall because she wanted to get to the VMAs. She was unable, according to her lawsuit, she was unable to gain access to the venue, but she was chatting it up with limo drivers, one of whom happened to be a driver for Diddy, and told her, allegedly, that Diddy liked young girls and he'll take her to the party. She gets to the party. She claims that she was given a drink that she believes was drugged. She claims she felt woozy, went into a room to rest or lay down. And then she was assaulted by Diddy first, then Jay-Z, while an unnamed female celebrity was in the room present who watched. And that person has not yet been named. So now Jay-Z has been sued, and he released a statement which was very uncharacteristic for Jay-Z to come out with some shit he wrote himself in his notes app. But his whole statement was fugazi. Because I didn't hear him once say, I didn't do this shit. All I heard him say in his statement was, anyone that commits such a heinous act against a child needs to be held criminally accountable. And I encourage you to go file criminal charges, knowing good and goddamn well the statute of criminal limitations has ran out. So Jay-Z knows that there can't be any criminal charges filed against him in this particular instance. The civil case is the only recourse here. Well, that, and I suppose the court of public opinion. But, so I know dirtbag Gen X dudes in 2000, a 13-year-old who was looking right, talking right, acting right, dressed right, maybe not presenting herself as 13. That it's not out of the realm of possibility to me.
Well, folks marshaled some facts there, laid out facts, but also seemed to be both sides suggesting certain things. So it says here that the lawyer, and again, not that the way the Times lays it out, several weeks before Jay-Z was accused in a lawsuit of raping a minor with Sean Combs, he received a letter from the plaintiff's lawyer threatening to immediately file a public lawsuit against him unless he agreed to resolve the matter through mediation for money, his lawyers said. Lawyers for Jay-Z, who has vehemently denied the allegations, took a different tack. They sued the attorney who sent the demand letter, Tony Busby, who has filed a cascade of lawsuits accusing Mr. Combs, known as Diddy, of sexual misconduct. In a suit in which Mr. Carter has identified only as John Doe and described as a celebrity and public figure, the rapper has accused Mr. Busby of attempting to extort exorbitant sums from him by making false assault claims. So I do think Jay-Z is outright denying the accusations. And I do think Kim is right, though. These are not tactics.
His statement, Kamau, he released a statement. Jay-Z,
yeah, denying the allegations. He's denying the allegations. I mean, he's not trying to muddle around I don't think he's muddling around that. He's not suggesting, he's not leaving it open. He's not equivocating. He's saying that he did not participate in this act, or that he was.
This is the statement here.
Yeah, in his statement, he never says, "I did not do this." But go ahead. I'm sorry. I hear what you're saying, Kamal. Like,
yeah.
Go ahead.
His statement is basically he doesn't say I didn't do it. He says I'm not paying. To Kim's point, anyone who would do this deserves to be charged criminally. But he says, why are you charging me with a civil one? But to Kim's point, that then he says, you're a Marine. I'm from Brooklyn.
Sorry.
I'm not a celebrity that you think I am. I look forward to showing you how different I am. So he doesn't actually say I never did it. He says he just says the thing, where we come from, we take care of children, we protect children.
Mm-hmm. But I think there's things to infer. His lawyers are actually filing a lawsuit against the attorney, denying the allegations and saying these are false charges.
I got you.
So I just want to be clear. So even if we're saying he didn't say it, he didn't word it where it was extremely clear, I think we can infer without a doubt that he is saying that he did not do this. Otherwise,
is that an inference?
It's an inference to suggest that he. So what are you saying why would he not? So what are you suggesting? He did it. And so, therefore, to make sure that he's covering his tracks, he's not going to deny it outright in case some other.
No. What I'm saying is, but I think there's a lot of subconscious revelations in the statement that he wrote, in what he said and what he didn't say. I agree with you. I know his attorneys are like, our client categorically denies all the da. I got that. But when Jay-Z had the opportunity to put it into his own words, not through his representatives, he did not say, I did not do this. And to me, that either whether or not he intends to do that, that says a lot to me. Like, I get a lot out of that. The fact that he didn't say, I absolutely didn't do this. I don't know her. I wasn't there. I don't know what they're talking about. He didn't say none of that. He had all the smoke for the lawyer. You a fake Marine. You got a cheap suit. You an ambulance chaser. Nigga, you mad at you giving the lawyer more energy than the accusation. Telling.
I hear that. I don't know. I don't know if I read as much into it. I doubt if he just blabbed that out there. I think he knows not to throw any smoke at a victim. Because again, unlike some of these other folks, he has a lot of folks around him who are probably telling him to say things a certain way, not to suggest that the victim, not to say things about the young girl who's making these accusations through her lawyer. And so, to be clear, whether or not we think this person is guilty or not, or we think Jay-Z is guilty or not, these accusations are not the accusations of the lawyer. These are the accusations of the 13-year-old, and the lawyer, whether we think the lawyer is slimy or not, or whether we believe this person or not, is acting on behalf of a client that he got through kind of like putting out a public call for people who said that they were injured, raped, molested, assaulted, particularly by Sean Combs, Puff P. Diddy, to come forward. And some of these people came forward. Doesn't mean, again, in my opinion, no one else's opinion, it doesn't mean that I believe that the accusations are true. I just don't, individually, again, I do not know. And I just think a lot of information is not out there yet to be clear about it for me. But somebody has made the accusation. It wasn't the lawyer who made it. The lawyer may have been acting in ways in which people are somewhat slimy. And I agree, these are not always the standard tactics, although they're all lawyers. It's not as uncommon as anybody would think. Lawyers frequently put out public ads for clients to come when we have class action lawsuits and other lawsuits. That is the way in which you contact the public to say, if you suffered an injury because of this, this, or this, contact me here, because they are marshaling lawsuits and they want to get as many clients as possible. And again, a lot of times lawyers make a lot of money from doing these type of class action lawsuits where the victims see hardly anything. In this particular case, if this lawsuit were to prove to be were to be heard, and it was shown to be enough evidence, preponderance of the evidence in terms of a civil lawsuit to go her way, she would definitely get a huge payday out of this. And again, if she's telling the truth and this is her story and she can't get criminal charges, this is the only other way in which the system legally allows you. Obviously, people have found other ways to seek justice and so forth, but this is the only way in which it legally allows you. So yeah, I mean, so he again, from what's been happening, it seems like he's suing the lawyer for bringing this case in the first place, and again, trying to be careful to not say anything about the alleged victim in this case.
Au contraire, counselor. Au contraire, because his attorneys filed a motion to try to get the woman's name on the record. She's suing as a Jane Doe, but he's trying to get her name out there. So that does sound a bit of an attack on the victim, and he's entitled to confront his accuser. And that's fine. But we're talking about someone who was a victim, they claim, of a sexual assault when they were 13 years old. So I think there's some sensitivity there that needs to be considered.
I don't know. I think if somebody tried to accuse me of some bullshit, I wouldn't even address it. And I'll be like, because what I look like being like, no, it wasn't me. I look fucking guilty by doing some shit like that. Said, no, I didn't do it. If I don't even address this bullshit that they bringing up, it's like, yo, I'm going to address the fact that this fucking racist ass fucking attorney is coming at me trying to get in my fucking pockets. That's what I'm going to address. So I think you're doing it right.
But let me ask a question. If you hang with dirtballs, why should we assume that you yourself are not a dirtball? If your homeboys, Sean Combs, Robert Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, these are your niggas. These are Jay-Z's boys. You understand? Why should we think that Jay-Z himself is not?
We had a person on this we used to deal with that some would consider a dirtball until we found out.
There's lots of pictures of y'all socializing and hanging out. There's pictures of y'all kids all kicking.
We got whole photo. We ain't got all that.
Whoa. I mean, but again, there's inferences to be made. I don't actually disagree with Kim's point.
I don't either.
But
that's fair.
I also think, like, and it's not one dirt ball. It's like 4, 5, 8. I mean, if somebody is
Russell Simmons, I'm sorry, I forgot to throw Russell in there.
Yeah, these and you know what the lifestyles are. I mean, do I think that Jay-Z was like at the parties, but in a corner going like, no, I don't partake, or like, no, thank you. I'm going to sit here and just talk, play chess with this new friend I found in a corner at the white park. Like, I don't know if I believe that either, but I also don't. I mean, it's when folks have made accusations about you and you find these accusations to not be true. I think there's again, on the other side of like innocent before proven guilty, how many times have folks had people make accusations against you or say things about you, and in your best telling of events is like, this person is fucking lying, right? Like, and you are outraged by it, and you have a right to be outraged by it, right? So until again, I think there's insinuations to be made. But it's hard to. But I think, Kim, you make a strong point of like, I don't know how many of these people you can continually be around for 20 or 30 years, and still and you so far you're the survivor of the crew, But it is luckily for him, his worst overt videotape is him getting beat up in the elevator for cheating on his wife, right? I mean, that's the
known video.
I said no. Yes, I meant to be known. Yes.
So there you have it, y'all.
What do we have? What do we have? Is that the show?
We about to get up out of here, I believe. Okay.
I wanted to argue some more. I thought
you
wanted
to did.
Well, we can come back tomorrow. We come back tomorrow.
Yeah, because we got what's the name is in Cuba.
We didn't talk about Syria. Nikki Giovanni passed away. There's a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, so come back tomorrow, Kim, and we'll do it tomorrow. We'll argue and stuff like that about stuff we don't really know. All right.
I suspect.
Exactly. That's what I just said. There's a difference between knowing and thinking and suspecting.
Here's the thing. You want to know who you are, look at who you hang with. Look at your crew. You want to know the kind of person you are, look at the people that you surround yourself with. And that's it. That's all I have to say about it. Jeez. Are you the dirt bag? I don't know. Do you hang with dirt bags? Let's see.
Or do
And then
you?
isn't that what they said? Like with Beyonce, he was after her for a while too. Is that
Hey now, are
that
you
part of the
Oh, you
ask?
know, Most Def had her first.
had
But
her? Oh my
I
God!
mean, dated her.
There you go. That's better phrasing. Yeah.
I mean, I was just doing the song that Ray J and them did. I had her first. But anyway, it was
It did take me. I was years late when I found out that that's why he starts his verse on "Oh No" with "Say my name, say my name." Most Def, that is. That's how he starts his
Oh,
verse on that "Oh No" track.
yeah, yeah. Oh no.
Of course, Pharaoh completely closes the thing perfectly. I mean, but yeah, that's what I didn't realize that's why he was saying that was a reference to his time with
relationship.
Beyonce. Yeah.
But Jay-Z is older than most, isn't he? By a few years. Oh, that's the other lie Jay-Z said in his statement. He said, I'm a young man. Sir, you're 55. 5'5", double nickels. Go have a seat in the corner with your young old ass. With your young old ass. I'm a young man from Brooklyn. No, sir. You may be from Brooklyn, but you are not a young
Well,
man.
that's very true.
Let
That's
us cut
very
the
true.
shit. Young
All
Hove.
right.
This nigga's got issues.
Young
This nigga gonna be Young Hove in his 80s.
Well,
little Wayne
relative-
gonna be old Wayne in a minute.
Well, no, but
sure.
it's young relative to the 2,000-year-old Jesus is much what he mean by that. That's what he's saying. Like relative to that, I'm young Hove.
Big up to old Wayne.
Old Wayne.
Yes.
All
yes.
right. Well, we'll be back here tomorrow, y'all, at 8 a.m. with some
Hopefully.
more. Yeah, no, we'll be here. If
Okay,
it's
we'll be-
restream,
we
if
be
it's
here.
whatever, we're gonna be at this motherfucker. So be prepared. We're gonna have
This
a whole
joint's
show.
kind of tight. I think we should check into this a little bit. You know,
We'll definitely
All right,
have it
you know,
on the
all
backup.
right.
So,
Back up for sure.
That may not be if StreamYard is not working, then it may not be backup. It would
yeah,
be.
you damn right it won't.
Yeah.
So
right.
continue to go ahead and donate at blkliberationmedia.org so we could get this shit back together, right? So we need your help. All right, this is Giving Tuesday. Let's go.
Nigga, that was last week.
Yeah, this every week around this motherfucker. We out of here. The Remix Morning Show, baby.
All right, peace, everybody.
Every
Peace.
Tuesday, Giving Tuesday. Says